Good day! Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Saturday, February 12, 2022, brought to you by Wilkin Depot, the country's leading home improvement and construction supplies retailer. Shop conveniently 24/7 with the Wilkin online store. Just go to shop.wilkin.com.ph. The Department of Health is laying the groundwork for shifting the country's COVID-19 response plan from the pandemic to the endemic phase. The DOH is preparing for the transition even as the World Health Organization cautioned it may be too early to consider COVID-19 as an endemic since a new variant could still emerge in areas with low vaccine coverage. The Health Department, however, appears confident in making the shift following the steady decline in COVID-19 cases, with the daily average further dipping to 6,103 cases during the week of February 4 to 10. Novavax said on Thursday its COVID-19 vaccine was 82% effective among adolescents during the period when the Delta variant was dominant, and the US biotech now plans to submit for regulatory approval in this age group. The two-dose vaccine, which is based on synthetic proteins that mimic the spikes that dot the surface of the virus, was found to be safe and effective among more than 2,200 adolescents aged 12 through 17 as part of the Phase 3 clinical trial carried out in the United States, the company said in a statement. Groups of religious and lay organizations have joined prominent economists in declaring their support for the presidential bid of Vice President Maria Leonor Leni Robredo. During their first General Assembly earlier this week, the Caloocan laity for Principled Politics expressed their support not only for Robredo but also for her running mate Senator Francis Pangilinan and endorsed all of the senatorial candidates under her slate. Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines President Pablo David already gave his blessing to the collective discernment made by the lay people in his diocese to push for principled politics. The Commission on Elections defended its ruling on the consolidated disqualification cases against presidential candidate Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. amid a barrage of criticism it has spawned on social media. COMELEC spokesman James Jimenez on Friday said the poll body's first division took into consideration the Court of Appeal's ruling in dismissing the petition calling to disqualify Marcos as a candidate. The Department of Health has maintained that vaccinations for children and adolescents against COVID-19 remain voluntary and all regulations for the vaccinations in the age group stay in the interim and are subject to changes depending on evolving evidence. The assurance comes after Public Attorney's Office Chief Percy de Rueda Acosta said the same regulation in vaccination guidelines for children ages 5 to 12 is also present in the guidelines for the vaccination of those aged 12 to 17. Over to business. Oxford Economics, a think tank based in the United Kingdom, projects solid remittance inflows for the Philippines this year that will help the country achieve its growth targets. The 2022 and 2023 growth outlooks are within 7 to 9% and 6 to 7% targets set by the Interagency Department Budget Coordination Committee for the said years. In addition, the forecasts are faster than the 5.6% GDP growth posted in 2021. In sports, the Philippines is set to compete in the 2022 Asian Football Federation Under-23 Championship slated from February 14 to 26. The tournament will be held in two venues, the Morodok Techo National Stadium and the Prince Stadium in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. The ASGIL's U23 team is grouped with Timor-Leste, Brunei, and host Cambodia in Pool A, with the Filipinos facing Timor-Leste first on February 14. Antonio Contreras and Dian Macabenta are today's front-page columnists. Contreras believes there is a political color in fact-checking, while Macabenta analyzes the proclamation speeches of each presidential candidate. Today's editorial asks if anything can be done about the issue on political dynasties. Read a full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the Voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. On behalf of the Manila Times, this is Arik John Zico reporting. Have a safe weekend ahead.